I welcome you back to Global Education Zone. And today in this episode, we are going to be talking about using the fill handle and formulas in Excel. And errors in Excel rather. As a starter, we are going to I will type in some data. Let me say, as usual, I make use of names, right? Names and then um, scores and then bonus. Okay, bonus and then also have total. So this is just a simple demonstration of that. So imagine we have the first name A. Let's call this name A. Let's call this name B. Okay, B. Let's call this name C. Let's call this name D. So name A has a score of 56. Okay. Name B has a score of 54. Name C has a score of 78. And name D has a score of 23 and 4. So now each of them is supposed to have a bonus of 5 points, right? So I'll enter 5 points for A and enter again, and then I'll also enter 5 points for B, 5 points for C, 5 points for D. Cool, right? Well, not so cool, because by the time you are entering 5 points for 4 people, it might not look so cumbersome, but when you have a lot of people to kind of like people who deal with huge databases, you might find it difficult to continue entering 5 for everyone. So there's an easier way of doing that. So the easier way of doing that is using Excel's fill handle. So simply type in one of the data that is going to be identical to the rest, and then you just put your mouse pointer at the bottom. So I hope you can see that. Just put your mouse pointer at the bottom right of the cell, and then it will change into a black cross icon. So, or you can call it a plus icon, to change to a black plus icon, and then you just drag it down that column or row, and then you let go of the mouse or touchpad when you're done, when you've gotten to the last cell, and then just like that it automatically fills 5 for all my data. So now I'll also try that for a formula. So after all, today we are dealing with Excel fill handle and errors in formulas, right? So let's also deal with something like that. So imagine, in the previous episode, I talked about the fact that in formulas you make use of equal to symbols. So in formulas you make use of equal to. So let's type equal to. So I want to type a formula, and I want to use the formula. Um, I want to use the sum formula. So if I wanted to use the sum formula, I'll just say sum equals to sum. So and then I'll type my range. So I can just say sum of C3 and okay, sum of C3, and you can make use of this colon to D3. So that is basically just one cell interval. Another way of doing this, I could have just written C3 plus D3, since it's just one cell interval. So and then I'll put my closing parentheses, and then I'll type in enter, and then it gives me the sum of 61. So obviously you can see that the sum of 56 and 5 is 61. That doesn't require much mental effort. Now I could have been typing in the formulas for each of the next cells in this column, but you can also use the fill handle in this case. Just put at the bottom right, and then you drag it down to the last cell. It's 1 o'clock. And then your data fills in, the formula is copied. So that's the use of that fill handle for Excel. Now let's move on to errors in Excel. Now when we talk about errors in Excel, they are kind of basic anomalies. So let's deal with cell E6, and you notice that this is the sum, because it's on C6 plus D6. So imagine we added another parenthesis here, and then we click enter. It will give us an error. So this is Excel's error alert box. So we have found a type in your formula and try to correct it to equal to some C6 plus D6. You want to accept this correction. So basically, one exciting part about Excel formulas is that whenever you make an error, Excel provides a solution. So I'll click yes because I want the solution, and then Excel corrects this. So another way errors can come is maybe if you have text instead of numbers. So for example, if I change this to, instead of if I change this to A, and I click enter, Excel will give me a value error because the value is not computable. So you can also click on the yellow triangle box. So and it gives you more detail about this error. A value used in the formula is of the wrong data type. So you can also look for help and so on and so forth. So that's all for fill handle and formulas. Thanks for watching.